Rain poured over the small coastal town of Norfolk, Virginia, tapping softly on the windshield of a worn-out pickup truck. Inside sat Jack Turner, a single dad and former Navy SEAL, staring at a crumpled photo of his late wife. Every morning before heading to his shift at a small auto repair shop, he whispered the same words. "Still trying, Lily. For our boy." Jack wasn't the kind to talk about his past. The townsfolk only knew him as the quiet mechanic who raised his son alone and helped anyone in need, whether it was fixing an old lady's flat tire for free or buying groceries for a struggling family. But under that calm, humble exterior lay a story the world had long forgotten. One afternoon, a letter arrived from the U.S. Navy headquarters, an invitation to a Veterans Appreciation Ceremony at the local base. Jack almost tossed it away. He didn't like crowds, or being thanked for things he didn't talk about. But his 8-year-old son, Ethan, had different plans. "Dad, come on. They said they're giving out medals. Maybe you'll get one. You're a hero." Jack smiled faintly. "Heroes don't need medals, kiddo." But Ethan's excitement won him over. The next day, Jack stood among hundreds of veterans. Uniforms gleamed, medals shined, and stories echoed through the air. Jack stayed in the back, hands in his pockets, hoping to blend in. That's when a deep, commanding voice called from the stage. "Next, we'd like to honor a man whose file caught my eye. Jack Turner, former SEAL Team Operative, Iraq and Classified Operations, 2010 to 2017. Heads turned. Jack froze. The Admiral on stage, a silver-haired man with decades of authority in his voice, motioned him forward. "Come on up, son." Jack hesitated, then walked up quietly as murmurs spread through the crowd. The Admiral extended his hand. "Mr. Turner," he said, studying him. "Which team did you serve with?" "Team 7, sir." The Admiral nodded. "And your call sign?" Jack's eyes darkened. It had been years since anyone asked that. He looked straight ahead and said quietly, "Ghost 5." The Admiral's face went pale. The microphone trembled slightly in his hand. "Ghost 5, he repeated, his voice cracking. The audience went silent. The Admiral took a step closer. "You led the blackout rescue mission in Kandahar, didn't you?" Jack didn't answer, he just gave a small nod. A hush swept through the hall. The Admiral lowered his head, visibly shaken. "You were the one who saved my son." The Admiral turned to the crowd. "My son, Lieutenant Aaron Briggs, went missing after his convoy was ambushed. We thought he was gone, until one man, alone, went back into enemy territory. He carried my son out under heavy fire. We never found that man's name in the report." The Admiral looked at Jack with tears in his eyes. "You were Ghost 5. Jack swallowed hard. "Sir. I just did what any man would have done." The Admiral shook his head. "No. You did what no one else could." The hall erupted in applause, but Jack stood there quietly, almost uncomfortable with the attention. He wasn't used to being seen as anything more than a father trying to get by. Later, as the ceremony ended, the Admiral approached Jack privately. "I know you don't care for medals," he said softly, "but this one isn't for you alone. It's for your son, to know the man his father truly is." He pinned a silver medal onto Jack's uniform. Ethan, standing beside him, looked up with wide, tear-filled eyes. "Dad, you're Ghost 5? Jack smiled and ruffled his hair. "Guess so, kiddo." The Admiral placed a hand on Ethan's shoulder. "Your father saved my son's life. And I'll make sure his sacrifice, and his kindness, are never forgotten." A week later, a brand new sign appeared outside the little auto shop. "Ghost 5 Motors, honest work, honest hearts." Jack hadn't put it there. The Admiral had. He'd also arranged for veterans in need of work to join the shop, creating a place where broken soldiers found purpose again. Jack didn't ask for it, but kindness has a way of circling back when you least expect it. That night, as the sun set and his son helped him close the shop, Jack looked up at the glowing sign and smiled. Ethan asked, "Dad, why Ghost 5?" Jack knelt beside him. "Because sometimes, the people who do the most good, don't need to be seen." The story of Ghost 5 spread far beyond Norfolk. It wasn't about war or medals, it was about humility, courage, and the quiet strength of those who keep giving even after the battle is over. Because true heroes don't wear capes. They wear oil-stained shirts, raise their kids with love, and keep helping others in silence.